Welcome to the GameChanger 00100 show. I'm your host, GameChanger. All right, so let's get into this now. I had a really bad morning. I actually made the mistake of scheduling this for 6:15 p.m. PST, and I meant to schedule it for 6:15 a.m. PST. So decided to reschedule, give it 3.5 hours, and go again. And now everybody is on. So like all the people I'm cool with and stuff, they're on right now, making things difficult because the show must go on, and I don't have much time today to do it. So want to thank Tim Howard. Let's see. Tim Howard 5, you are in for 5. Greatly appreciate you. There you go, right there in the green. Greatly appreciate you. It says, I watched the replay. Good. It says Chantelle was on point. Let's see, on point, save, project, and invest. Save, protect, and invest in yourself and seeds. Black man, you owe nothing to anybody. Yeah. We're definitely going to get into that. As many people know, I'm not, let's say, SYSBM. However, I do understand the sentiment. There's a few reasons why I wouldn't classify myself as that, and I don't know if Chantelle classifies herself as that, but she's definitely understanding why it exists. And I think that is something that Courtney Michelle has trouble dealing with. So we're definitely going to get into that. All right. So I want to be as objective as possible with this. Everybody knows that I am closer to Courtney Michelle, or excuse me, closer to Chantelle than I am Courtney Michelle. And not by a little bit either, by a wide margin. I'm definitely cooler with Chantelle than Courtney Michelle. That being said, though it may be difficult for that reason, I'm going to once again try to be unbiased. Hit that like button. I'm going to try to be fair in my assessment of this situation. Now, my overall assessment, and I watched a lot of video on this, is that this is a really, really, really big and bad misunderstanding between the two of them. And it's a special type of misunderstanding that's not going to be rectified. So I think Chantelle may have spent too much time on it, but Chantelle and I have the same temperament with a certain okay. Imagine the frustration of telling a kid, right? You're sitting there drawing with a kid, and you say, hand me the yellow crayon. And then the kid hands you the purple one. You're like, no, hand me the yellow crayon. Then they hand you the orange one. You're like, no, hand me the yellow crayon. Then they hand you the blue one. And you're sitting there thinking like, what's going on? So it's like, okay, maybe it's just some education. So you muster up all the patience in the world and you say, this is yellow, this is red, this is blue. And all colors come from these colors. And you go through the whole chart, you explain it to them and everything. And then afterwards you say, all right, now that we got that out the way, hand me the yellow crayon. And then they hand you the red one. So what you find out as a result of those actions, is that child is colorblind. Yeah, exactly. Somebody said disability. That child is colorblind. That child can only see black, white, and gray. They can't see any other colors. So they're just like, what are you talking about? Certain people are blind to certain points of view. They can't see it no matter how hard they try. Damn it. And I think that Courtney Michelle very likely is blind to a man's point of view of things. And she's also has a complete inability to empathize with a man's plight, a black man's plight, where Chantelle doesn't. She actually has a heightened ability to do so. So that therein lies the disconnect between the two. And I could tell because I watched Courtney Michelle's video on this, and I could tell that Courtney Michelle is kind of confused, like just like that kid who don't understand the colors. Like, why are you doing this to me? Why are you upset at me? It's like, and Chantelle is more of the mindset of you're just not getting it. And Chantelle is really like, if you got it, and I don't understand why you're not getting it, you would not be given the advice that you're given. And here's what I mean by the advice that she's given. So she did a stream yesterday, and this is the results. Fair use. Fair use. Shout out to Edward Anderson.
But
hey, Courtney. Hello, ladies. How y'all doing tonight?
Paul. Hi, Paul.
Yes, it's me. Maze is my last name. I thought you figured out.
I know.
I thought you figured that out the last time we talked, when we talked about the Disney princesses. Courtney.
Yeah, I did. But my little head. I got a lot going on today, obviously.
Yes, I know. And I definitely wanted to talk about it. So greetings to everyone, ladies. Hope you're all having a great night. So I just want to give you some perspective here, because I was on TikTok yesterday, and I mean, you think YouTube is crazy? You should see what's going on TikTok. It's crazy. I mean, me here in Atlanta, the dating room is already trash as it is. But my thing is, I'm 33 years old, single guy. You know all this, right? So I'm gonna tell you the truth here. I'm at a point in my life where it's like, I feel like it's truly too late for me. You know what I'm saying? When I look at my dating world and my life as a whole, me not feeling appreciated as a man, in this day and age, who's had an example of a Black father in a home, who's had an example of seeing multiple marriages.
Okay. Now, this is the perfect instance to showcase her ability to empathize with him. He's 33 years old and he feels like it's over. I repeat, he's 33 years old and he feels like it's over. He is in the, danger zone. He's in this whole die alone, get a dog. He is the male version of that. Now, Courtney Michelle, okay, let me say this. Courtney Michelle looks a lot better in braids than she did in all that blonde crap that she had on before. So salute to her for that. This man is somebody that, in my opinion, Chantelle Simone would definitely understand. Because what he's saying right now, so far, is I'm 33 years old. I might die alone, but I'm still holding on to the dream of the Black community that my father had and that you are telling me we should stick with. That's what's going on right now.
In my church that I grew up in, looking at my Black family, that I have, watching my Black older sister get married and have my niece and my nephew, and they're thriving and doing well, looking at my Uncle John and his wife and their children, and they're thriving and doing well. And I got a family with a lot of aunts, so I see Black women. I love my Black women. You know what I'm saying? I want to marry a Black woman. You know what I'm saying? I mean, I hope it happens, but I'm just gonna keep it real here. if it so happens that I don't marry a Black woman, I'm not going to come on anybody and disrespect Black women, because that's what a lot of divestors out there do. You know, they'll say, oh, I'm going to run to my white man. He's going to treat me better and everything like that and so forth.
Okay. Now she's not really guiding this guy in any direction or really helping with his plight at all. I mean, in fact, you know, I mean, I hate to say it quite as kept. There's really a way that you can help with this guy's plight. Just saying, depending on how close y'all live together, or who's willing to flew in who. You know, just saying, there's really a way that you can help this guy out. I mean, I'm assuming you're single. I'm assuming he's single, but you know, I hope your advice to him isn't to remain on this loyalty path, this blind loyalty path, and then his prophecy would be complete.
But then every other video they're talking about how bad we are. And that makes me angry. You know what I'm saying? You can love whoever you want to love. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? But if you're gonna love your white man, your Asian man, your this, that, and the third, and then come and talk about me and my Blackness, we got a problem. Straight up. You know what I'm saying? Because how am I gonna, and me myself, how am I gonna look at my Black woman and be like, oh, she did me there? And of course, I've had my negative experiences with Black women. Okay, let's be real. I've had my heart broken by Black women. Black women have called me all kinds of different names, you know, simp, beta male, this, that, the third, you know, saying, oh, you're weird, you're crazy, you're this, you're that. You know, so I've had my fair share. And that's being real. You know what I'm saying? But I could never lay my head down or look at another Black woman and be like, oh, she's a bitch. You know what I'm saying? Oh, she's this. Oh.
Look at what's going on here. Because what he's describing, hit the like button. What he's describing now is one-sided respect. While she just bobbleheads it. While she just, yeah, yeah. You're showing this devotion and respect to people who are not respecting you. They call you simp. They call you beta male. They call you lame. They call you etc., 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 etc. Y'all think that I'm vicious to these chicks that online? Y'all think I'm vicious to these chicks online? Let them call me lame. Let them call me all kind of lames or something. Just let them call me something. I once told a chick that I was seeing for years, who is probably DEAD right now from Lupus. I told her that when you are DEAD, you're gonna be a cheap funeral. Piss me off enough. Piss me off enough, I will get vicious with you with the quickness. I will not show respect to somebody who's disrespectful. That is just ridiculous. And they just sitting there. Basically, they're encouraging the path that he's on. Chantelle is of a different mindset, and that's where there's a huge disconnect between the two here. And she's not getting why Chantelle is coming at her like this.
Oh, she's that, you know, so I can never put those words on my mouth.
Yeah.
You know, so yeah. But when I see the passports, and if you were to ask me, do I have a passport? The answer is yes, I do.
Yeah.
And if you were to come to me and say, hey, do you want to travel the world to find love? I would tell you no. I want to travel the world because I want to see stuff. I want to travel to Italy to eat.
Absolutely.
You know, I want to travel to Tokyo to see the nightlife. You know what I'm saying?
Okay. Everywhere I go, I want to have sex with beautiful women. Each and every single time I leave my front door, and there is not a beautiful woman inside my home, it is with hopes to find one outside the home. And that's true for domestic travel. That's true if I decide to take a jog to the 7-Eleven to get water and jog back. That's true. That is true in the barbershop full of men. If a beautiful woman walks in with her son or elderly father, I'm hoping to hit it. Each and every single time I go somewhere, I am hoping to hit it. You are standing, sir, you are standing in disrespect while she is giving her, yep, while she will do that for you for the next 10, 20 years before she gives you a BJ. That is the sad truth about where you are being. And the same with this one, the same with whoever she is. They will keep you on this path forever and ever and ever. While you just stand in and hope. If you are in Tokyo, you better get you some Mrs. Miyagi Passusi. If you are in Italy, you better get you some of that Italian Passusi. You are out your damn mind. I'm here for the food. You will travel over the Atlantic for food and not get yourself some Passusi while you're there. You are out your damn mind. See, this is when loyalty becomes a vice. This is when loyalty sets you up for failure. This is that, Hitler's army type stuff. This is that blind loyalty that will have you without. Each and every single place I go, I hope that there's beautiful woman Passusi for me. If I am in the Amazon, if I am in the Amazon out there, and yes, I'll be the first to say it. If she is fine enough, I will smash the hell out of a dirty foot chick. You think I'm looking at her feet? You are out your damn mind. If there is a tribe of women that haven't invented shoes yet, and they walking around one of those titty tribes, and she got some tig old bitties or something like that with the slim waist, and she could do all kind of like native flips and stuff. Oh yes, I am not looking at her feet. You are. Oh, she dirty. I gives a damn. The whole act of sex is dirty. The dirtier, the better. It's supposed to be dirty. Looking at her feet. Each and every single place I go.
I wouldn't mind going to Thailand for a week and seeing the elephants and all these different things. I want to travel.
Go to the zoo. No, you go to Thailand and you get booty. You go to the zoo to see elephants. I don't mind going to Thailand for a week to see the elephants, and they just you. You are turning down. It's just a bunch of booty in Thailand, and you just like, ooh, look at the elephants. Look at the elephants.
Travel the world to experience the world, not just to find love. If it happens, I'm not going to stop it. But what Black women really got to realize is that Black women put Black men on an entire spectrum and continue to vocalize us as if we were the problem. Yeah. And there's not enough uplifting of the other Black men who aren't like these other Pookies and Ray Rays out here. You know what I'm saying? I am not a passport bro, okay? But I'm not a Pookie and Ray Ray neither. You know what I'm saying? I'm just a 33-year-old dude working two jobs, owning his travel business.
You're the normal guy.
Yes, Courtney Michelle. And that is the problem. See, right there, that is the disconnect. between Chantelle, Simone, and Courtney Michelle. You are the normal guy. And she's right. She's right. By every definition of the word, this guy is very normal. I'm not in a place to judge a man's looks. However, by every definition of a of the word normal, he is the normal guy. But he is not living the normal life. Take for example, Hank Hill, right? From King of the Hill. Hit the like button. He is a normal white guy. He sells propane and propane accessories. He has a normal house and he has a normal substitute teacher wife. She's not fat or anything like that. Normal, see, in our community, in our country, in our world, in our hemisphere, normal men cannot get with normal women. Normal is a bad thing for a guy. You have women who are average, read normal, average at best, demanding exceptional. Once again, you have average, demanding exceptional on the woman's side. This is a normal man and he gets called corny. He gets called lame. He gets called beta. He gets called all of these things just for being normal. This is no country for normal men. I repeat, this is no country for normal man. Be a normal Western man in the Philippines. Be a normal Western man in the Philippines and see what you get. Be a normal Western man in Thailand and see what you get, besides a view of the elephants. You're a normal man. Where is, Courtney, where is your normal man? Let's start there. And this isn't me trying to bring your personal life into it too much, at least. But what I'm saying is, what if I were to say you are a normal woman and you should be looking for this guy? You are a normal woman, Courtney. You should get with a normal man. And this guy here is obviously interested. He come on and you was like, oh, Paul, you know his name. He introduced you to his last name. And, you know, y'all seem to have like a understanding of who each other is. He's a normal guy. You're a normal woman. Pole meets hole. Babies are born. Love, marriage, baby carriage. Community, community, community. But that's not going to happen, Courtney. And the reason why that's not going to happen is because you're leveraging what the current community is. You and many other women are leveraging what the current community is in order to get more. More of what? Not more normal guys, that's for sure. You're leveraging to get more LMS, more looks, money, standards, or excuse me, status. You see, normal guys have an average amount of each of those things. You want more. However, you still want the normal guys that you individually wouldn't date to stay. You want the men that you don't want to want you still. That's sick.
You're the normal guy. Majority of men are like you.
I don't see him.
You're the normal guy, Paul.
My son-in-law is just like you. Just like you, Paul.
The normal guy.
And you're too
And
young to
this,
give up. It's not too late for you, babe.
and this is for me what's important. Just the normal guy. Like I've always said before, women think they're all tens and tens. No, but you average. So for the average folk, for the regular person, let's not shit on them.
Or no.
Unless that's what he wants. You're not giving a person anything for giving him for abstaining from the negative. Basically, what she's saying is don't treat him bad. It's not a matter of being treated bad. It's a matter of being treated well. You're a normal guy. Yeah. Suck my penis. Oh, you're so normal and you're so regular. Suck my penis. Oh, we should treat you with more respect. Suck my penis. Suck his penis. The hell is wrong with you? And the fact of the matter is that guys like this wait around, wait around like explaining. They wait around to get it sucked, and they say, "Oh yes, I'm loyal." So you are. Okay, here's the thing: Black women, Black American women, are 13% of the American population here in the U.S. 13%. If you reduce your pickings to that, that is okay if and only if you're that dude. I repeat, if you are that dude to where, you have your pick. So say you go to a nightclub, right? And there's 100 women there and 100 men, but you get first pick because you're that dude. If you want to take your first pick and say it's you're picking from that 13% because you can only take home 4 depending on how much stamina you got because you're that dude, and you want to make sure that 4 is within that 13%, you have every right. Average dudes don't got it like that. Average dudes, all 13 of those chicks say no. And after that, it's no holds barred. It is no holds barred. You take what your average ass can get. You take what your regular ass can get. And if you get it in the in Thailand, or you get it in Tokyo, or you get it in Italy, you get it. It's your average ass. You get it. You so normal.
And let me raise you on that. Not only let's not shit on them, let's uplift them.
Yeah.
Like seriously, like uplift.
Yeah.
No.
You tell them to uplift your penis in their mouth. Let's uplift them. Uplift your penis. And uplift a sandwich to a plate and give me it.
I'm saying, it's like, for example, it's like this. I might not be the type of guy that you want to date. Okay. Yeah. But I wouldn't want.
Look at how, and notice how his self-esteem is below average. And that's because he has been browbeaten for being regular his whole life, it seemed like. He was happy. He thought it was a compliment to be called regular. That's like somebody saying, "Oh, you got a C. You got a C. You so smart." It's like, ooh, dang. Like if somebody talking to you like that, it makes you wonder what your grades were before that.
You telling your friends, don't date him because he's not who I want. You know what I'm saying? Oh, he's a simp, he's a beta male. I would rather you tell your friends, hey, he's not my cup of tea, but I think you should talk to him because
Right.
he does have good qualities about himself. I don't go around, calling women out their name and this, that, and the third.
That's not a good quality. Ladies, do your panties get wet because a guy don't call a woman a chib? Pronounce it backwards. Do ooh, he's so respectful. He's so respectful. That just, I'm looking for a guy that's so respectful. He's just so respectful. Now, and she knows this. And you want to know how I know that she knows this? Because she has a vagina. Courtney Michelle has a vagina, a functioning vagina, I'm assuming. And even if it's not functioning as of present, there was a time when it functioned. And she knows what it takes, and she knows exactly what this guy is doing wrong. See, her end goal for this guy isn't that he isn't his happiness. Her end goal is not his happiness. Her end goal is, as she stated, the community. That is her end goal. Her end goal is the community. It's all about the community. There is no community without him putting his penis in a vagina and having his sperm hit an egg. You see, here's the thing. The problem with the community, the reason why there's a hit the like button, the reason why there's a lack, the reason why there's an absence, the reason why there's a dearth of families isn't because of him traveling, because he's here with no damn family. I repeat, because he is here right now, no family. That is the problem. If he went to Italy and had 20 half Italian kids, there would be no additional kids from him in the Black community. And guess what? If he was to stay here and have 0 kids as he has now, there is still no kids in the Black community from him. None. You will do your duty or give up that booty or shut the hell up. Y'all have a duty to see that this man gets a family. That is the way Chantelle sees it. And that's why she's an advocate for guys like this. Not only just getting a passport, when you go places, you should be looking at more than the elephants. And once again, there's elephants here. There's elephants pretty much. Okay. Here's the thing. And I hate to call this dude out because he is a nice guy. He's an average guy, et cetera, et cetera. I hate to call this dude out. You're going, and you, just like every other man who goes places, or really every other heterosexual man, wants booty. They want pussy. When you go, you're telling Courtney, oh yeah, I'm going for the elephants. I'm going for the food. You're telling that because you still seek her approval. But the truth of the matter is you want some of that little Thailandese booty. You want that booty. You want that booty that flips and floats. You want to bite it. And you damn sure don't want to be called normal when you get there. Never been to Thailand. Been to the Philippines, right? Now, I wouldn't call myself normal. In fact, and this isn't necessarily a compliment. Nobody who knows me has ever called me normal. And that's because of my eccentric personality. Nobody has ever seen me as a draw in the lines type person. So not really normal, so to speak. I haven't had that compliment or insult or whatever you want to call it, right? Never had that stigma going on with me. I've always been an outlier in one way or another. And I'm not saying that as if I'm that dude. Like I'm that Idris Elba type dude. I'm an outlier because I'm I walk in the room and I'm the handsomest dude there, you know, or the wealthiest dude. I'm not saying like that. I'm not saying like I'm exceptional in those ways. I'm just saying like I'm normal. It's just not something people. Anyway, I'm gonna leave that alone. But the point is, when I was in the Philippines, I was hit the like button. I was ridiculously far from normal. Ridiculously. I am 6'0". And kids ask me things that I have never been asked in my life. In my life. Ever. Because I'm a nerd. Everybody knows this, right? Which isn't normal. But kids ask me, Mister, are you a basketball player? Remember, I'm just 6'0". There are very few 6'0" NBA players. And I'm not saying that they like basketball there. I will say that they have a thing for Steph Curry when I went. Like he was on every billboard, every just every advertisement selling watches, selling whatever. Like I'm not a light-skinned dude like him. And of course I'm not as tall as him, but I like for whatever my grandma and people in the Philippines just love Steph Curry. And well, my grandma loves him because he's a good boy, family man type dude. That's why she adores him, because she likes she appreciates young men with relatively speaking, young men with family values. But anyway, yeah, kids were asking me, am I a basketball player? Right. And I of course said yes. Like, why ruin their fantasies? Like, if a kid asked me if I was Santa Claus, I'd say yeah. Like, I mean, hey, fantasize. Like, yeah, you met a basketball player. I'm GameChanger. I'm a basketball player. Okay, so they love basketball. So like, yeah, I told them yeah. And what else did they ask me? They asked me to take their picture. The women and girls out of nowhere would ask just to take, and I'm not talking about like on some, you know, me love you long time or I want to get with you or something. There, it was just weird because it was like, can you take my picture and put it on Facebook or whatever the thing, Instagram, whatever their thing was at the time. It was like 2017. And I was like, okay. And actually one time, a dude that looked like her boyfriend took the picture for her. That is not how they treat normal guys there. That is not how they treat normal guys there. You're only normal here, and you're only normal to Courtney Michelle. You deserve better. If I was Kryptonian, I would go to Earth in a quickness. If I was on Krypton, and a Kryptonian chick said I was a normal dude, I will go to Earth and become Superman with the quickness. With the quickness. I would be on Earth not just for vacation. I would passport ship my way to Earth quick. If there is a place where you're not normal and you're exceptional, then be in that place.
And all that good stuff. You know what I'm saying? I don't go around, flashing my wallet or throwing my dick all over the place. I don't place my worth in those things.
You should. I'm not talking about the wallet. That's what it's for. Look at the look on her face. He actually thinks that she is getting turned on. He thinks that this is the look of a woman who's turned on by that. I don't throw it all over the place. I don't throw mine all over the place either. I throw it in the mouths and vaginas of attractive women. That is where I throw it. Of consenting attractive women. That is where I throw it. I don't throw it all over the place. I don't either. But if you are an attractive woman, I will throw it in your place.
My worth is greater than that.
All right.
I'm sorry, did you?
Your worth is less than that. And they won't tell you that. Your worth is less than that. It's average worth. All of these virtues that you think is working to your advantage, this is the laughter of a woman who will never put your penis in her mouth. This is that laughter. She's looking like, I am never going to hook you up with my daughter. See, he needs to ask himself. And I recommend that everybody be themselves. When I first got here, people was tripping that I was just like openly a nerd. Like, listen, I recommend everybody be themselves. However, what has being yourself gotten you here? I repeat, listen, nobody's stupid. Well, there exist stupid people, but everybody knows you're not keeping the secret that you have a thing for Courtney Michelle. Is that you? Let's not play. Let's not play. If that's you in the top right corner on the screen, let's not play. Let's not act like you do not have contact with a 33-year-old woman or somewhere thereabouts. Let's not go there. Let's not act like you don't have like nieces you don't have nieces. You don't have little cousins. Don't act like you don't go to a beauty salon or something like that. Let's not act like you don't go to your sisterhood, your AKA, your Delta, your SG Row or whatever meetings and or your Million Woman marches. Let's not act like you don't know a single woman his age. Let's not act like you don't know average single women exist. Okay? Let's not play that game. You know that they exist. You know that somewhere in your circle they exist, and you know that you will not set him up with them. And you will not set him up with them for the same reason why Courtney Michelle is not getting with him. The same reason why she's not down his door. And that is because he is regular. That is because he is described as average. You have no vagina in your circle that is willing to give it to him, and you know it. That's why you didn't set him up. That is why you did not set him up. That is why you are not hooking him up. Not one of you said, you know something, I know a single woman here that would be perfect for you. Not one. Why? Because y'all feel that average women should not be with average men. Average women should be with exceptional men because they have a vagina. Prove me wrong. Prove me wrong. Get one of your friends to take one for the team. Okay. Perhaps I'm wrong. Perhaps I'm wrong. Let me know. I would love, okay, do this. Email me GameChanger00100 at gmail.com. Email me and tell me about how you made things happen for this average guy. I am curious.
I know you don't be throwing it around. I know you don't, Paul. I know.
Dang. She basically just said, I know that you don't get any pussy. She basically just said, I know you don't be throwing it around. What the hell?
But I'm just saying, my worth as a man is greater than all of those things.
Yeah.
Are they factors?
It's less. It's less. You should be saying my worth as a man is worth all of your pussies combined. That is what you should be saying. My worth as a man is all of your pussies combined. And your sisters. Hold on. All right, that's my email. Well, he should be. I know what he meant. She meant that he's not reckless with his private parts. He should be. That's my point. What does not being reckless with it has gotten him? Huh? What has not being reckless with it gotten him? I'm reckless. And yes, I had to take some penicillin in the past. You think I give a damn? I'm reckless.
In a relationship? Yes. You know what I'm saying? But we'll get to that later. You know what I'm saying? If I see a woman on the street, I'm going to step up and be like, hey, how you doing? I want to get to know you. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. I keep things simple. You know what I'm saying? I love to plan dates. I want to do these things. I want to love you. But I think, and this is just me personally speaking now, women are scared of dating men like me. I'm just being real. Women are scared of loving me. You know, Jasmine Sullivan said, I'm not scared of lions and tigers and bears.
Why are you nodding your head? Why are you nodding your head? You just said you married a regular guy. Why are you nodding your head?
But I'm scared of loving you. And that shit sucks, Courtney.
I know.
Why are Black women so afraid of looking at a guy like me and saying, you know what, let me just build with him. Let me just get to know him a little bit. You know what I'm saying? Let me see his worth and then not degrade it.
Oh my God. They are not afraid of you, my friend. The way that you described how they treat you has nothing to do with fear. People don't fear normal stuff. Well, unless, like, okay, I was a small kid, right? In fact, I was, I can't think of a year. Actually, I can, but that's only because Asian kids exist. But most of my K through 12, I was the smallest kid in the class. And that was because I started kindergarten at 3. So I was always smaller, and it gets intimidating. You know, other boys are always a little bit bigger than you and stuff like that. And been in some fights. And I would never say, don't mess with that dude. He's normal. That dude right there, he's normal. Hey, I don't want to mess with that dude. He normal. That's a normal dude. That is not words you use to describe something that you fear. Lame, corny, beta. These are not things that women. Hold on. All right. These are not things that women use to describe people that they fear. Like, and same with guys. I don't fear normal women. I don't say, oh, she's normal. I'm not gonna approach her. That's normal. I don't do that. My brain does not work that way. Like, and neither does theirs. But they are leading you on. Yeah, they call them lame.
You know what I'm saying? Let me see if I'm be like, oh yeah, this is a dude that I want to be around, a dude that's about his business, who handles his business, who respects me and uplifts me and prays for me. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I know.
And tells other brothers to do the same. You know what I'm saying? I've had that example, like I told you. My father raised me, you know what I'm saying, from day one. You know what I'm saying? And me and my older brother, my older sister, you know what I'm saying? He taught us about love and relationships. I know how to treat a woman because of my father's example. You know what I'm saying? Because of my uncle's example, because of the married men in my life, their examples. And I want to pass down that legacy to my children. One day. I don't have any kids yet, but one day I will.
Yeah.
Because us as maize men, when we date, when we court, and when we marry, we in it. And that's who I am. That's where I want to be. But I just hope and pray that one day that I find my Black wife. But I'm truly at a point where it's just like, damn, when will Black women look at me and be like, I don't want to, I want him. I want to be chosen by my Black queens. Not just look at me as a Pookie and Ray Ray, and don't you dare call me a son. I really hate that shit.
They don't look at you as a Pookie and Ray Ray. They look at you as normal. Do you know what that means? Normal? It means that they don't have a category for you. It means that you are not thought of, sir. That's what that means. Like when you hear these, I guess I'm an educated lame, and I'll wear that. I'm educated, and I'm a nerd. So hey, that's my label. That's the trope you put me under. Then but I have a trope. You don't have a trope because you're not thought about. Now, she said that she's gonna hook you up, that she got something for you. I want to see how this plays out. Please let me know. And I will have them, the two of them on my channel on a stream just dedicated to them. I want to see this. I want to see this because this dude is waiting to exhale. And the cool part is he's not necessarily doing anything wrong, so to speak. And I don't think that his father who taught him everything didn't teach him how to deal with modern women because his father never had to deal with modern women. So he's extraordinarily unprepared. And these chicks know how to deal with modern women, but yet they just bob their head and yeah, you continue to be normal. You continue to be a good guy. Don't go slinging that thing around. There's better advice for you.
Shit. Yeah. I'm not a simp. I'm not a beta male. I've had Black men and Black women call me beta male.
Yeah.
Just because of who I am. And I fucking me as son. I want him. I want to be chosen. We at a point where it's just like, damn, when will Black women look at me and be like, I don't want to, I want him. I want to be chosen by my Black queens.
You want to know when they'll look at you? When you move to a country where they look at regular, normal guys like that. When will my black women look at me like they want me? When you move to Africa. When you visit Africa. So Mutt says, like he probably gives gentle, attentive sex. Okay. This is how I get down sexually. I am as gentle as I have energy for. My gentleness coincides with my enthusiasm 100%. I'm sorry. And people have said, listen, I've gotten complaints. Don't give a shit. If it's like, you know, I like 2:30 in the morning, I wake up and I don't know, for whatever reason, I couldn't get some sleep, but I drink some water and I'm just looking to get rid of the last bit of energy before I go to sleep. That is gentle. If I want it, then that's how it is. It depends on my mood. But the last thing I'm thinking about is the state of your vagina. I'm sorry, I'm selfish. I am selfish when it comes to that. Salute to Danica Marie. All right, let's see how that's done. All right, so yeah, see, people be on that Ralph Trespass stuff, like I need a man with fuck that. I am too concerned with my own pleasures. And hey, people be having long names. All right, and you did the 20. There we go. Danica Marie, you are green. You are in the room, in the green. Greatly appreciate you, love. All right, it says, what's going on? Just covering this whole Courtney Michelle and your girl Chantelle Simone beef. You know, decided to put that up and put an end to it. So hopefully this puts an end to it. All right, so let's see. Yeah, and why he's like, I want them to choose me. You know, listen, I get it, but there comes a point to where you say, you know something, I am not going to limit my options. The intelligent thing to do is to go to a place. Listen, I used to fish, right? And growing up, I didn't really have the attention span to fish like that. But I did it because I enjoyed the time with my father. So I used to fish and like in Stockton. And this is, I'm throwing out places for people who's from my area in Stockton, California. We would go to the rivers there and fish. And then one of my mom's boyfriends took me to one of the piers, like one of the San Francisco piers, and it was a whole different thing going on because they didn't use worms or clams. They used powdered bait, and it was like hundreds of people there. We didn't have like our own secluded spot, and I caught like what was just like half a fish, and nobody was catching nothing there. I caught like half a fish there, and everybody came up, you know, Orientals, Mexicans, they all came up and said, what are you using? Because it basically, it was like this synthetic bait, and you're supposed to get the combination right, like a little red, a little orange, and a little blue, and that's what the fish will bite. It was ridiculous. They all were there not getting any fish. I got like a half a fish, and people just swarmed trying to figure out what the bait combination I used was. My point is that sometimes it's not the fisherman, it is the pond. Sometimes it's too many fishermen in the same pond. Is what it is. So listen, if you are being mistreated, expand your options. What loyalty do you have to women that call you lame? What loyalty do you have to such a creature? Waiting for the opportunity to give them sensitive penis is not a way to live. It isn't. Waiting around hoping that they appreciate your good guy essence is not a way to live. There are places in this world where women will actually fight on the streets. I've seen it. I've seen it. Women will actually fight on the streets for average guys. Let me take that back. I didn't actually see the fight on the street. I wish I did. Oh, speaking of which, speaking of fight on the street, so I did a survey, and the survey question was, who do you think would win in a girl fight between Courtney Michelle and Chantelle Simone? Now, let me see what the results of that is. All right, hold on. Because last time I checked, it was about 50-50. I think Chantelle had the edge last time I looked, but who knows? Who knows when it's this close? Oh, and I'm gonna be doing a lot of this. I am going to be doing Danica. Yeah, you're up next. You and Six the Goddess are up next. So, stay tuned for that. And trust me, my answer to the question, I don't answer my own things, but my answer to the question is, I don't care who wins. I just want to watch. That is my answer to all of these. Who would win? Who would win in the fight? Okay, let's see. All right. Oh, okay. So, Courtney got 54%, and Chantelle Simone has 46% thus far. It's only 39 people that voted, but yeah. So, hey, that's didn't expect that. All right. So, salute to the pool and keep it coming. I'm gonna announce it again. And let's see. Because I want you to put, oh, okay. My bad. All right. So all right, I'll make this one bigger. There we go. All right, there we go. All right, appreciate you. Thanks a lot. Cash App Super Chats get you in the matrix. Greatly appreciate you. All right, so let's continue.
Not just look at me as a Poopy and Ray Ray, and don't you dare call me a son. I really hate that shit. Yeah. I'm not a simp. I'm not a beta male. I've had black men and black women call me beta male.
Yeah.
Just because of who I am. And I fucking hate it. Excuse my language. I'm sorry.
Okay. No, I know you're passionate about it. So I hear you, and I don't have the necessarily answers now.
And that's the thing. See, this is what started. And it's not that she heard this conversation before, but it's this mentality. I don't have anything for you mentality. You do have something for him. You have a vagina for him. You have girlfriends' vaginas for you. Have networks of women who listen to you, who look up to you. What do you mean you have nothing for him? I don't have, yes, you have the combination to your own personal vagina and also that of others. You have to be willing to leave. You have to be willing to leave.
I think part of it, why the Black manosphere is important, because now you have a voice. Now someone can hear you. They can't overlook you now, Paul. You are here.
Yes, they can. Yes, they can, and they do. Did they stop overlooking him when the Black manosphere came into existence? You just called them normal. That's what you do to normal guys. They get overlooked. He's still being overlooked. They can't yes, they can. And you want to know why they can? They can because there's no consequences to overlooking you. See, let me tell you something, Paul. Let me tell you their plan. I know you're listening. Let me tell you their plan. Their plan is to overlook you and nag you until you're maybe like 45, 48 or something like that. And then that is when they're going to finally throw your ass a bone. And the problem is that is going to be the fattest, ugliest bone you have ever seen. She's going to be big with wig. She's going to be nasty. She's going to have kids, not yours. You are going to be lucky if you can, scratch a baby out of those powdered eggs. You are going to be elated if you could do that. That is their plan for you. Because right now you're normal and you think that that's a compliment. What do you think another 15 years of being treated like crap is going to do to your self-esteem? It's going to get it right where they want it. And you want to know why they're going to wait on you? Because they can. Because they can. Because you're going to be right where they left you. Where you are right now is where you are going to be. You are going to be right where they left you. Your ass is going to be standing in the exact same spot that they left your ass in 15 years ago. Which is the same spot that they left your ass in 15 years ago when you were 18. You are going to be in the same position because you do not exercise options. You like that dude that only shops at one car dealership and it's too expensive. And you've been on the bus for 15 years and they're trying to get you on the bus for 15 more years. You know that there's other car places. But when you go there, you're not going there for the cars. For whatever strange reason, you're going there to look at that little air flowy thing that they have outside of car dealerships. That's why you're going. You're a bad consumer, sir. You're a bad consumer of vagina, and they know it. And I'm not calling you a simp or anything like that because I think that word is overused. And personally, I don't see a reason to neg you, but you do need a swift kick in the balls. If you are going to Thailand looking at the damn elephants, if you are going to Italy for some damn pizza, you are out your mind. Eat the pizza, look at the elephants, but you better get the booty. Some booty. Booty. Yeah, get booty. Hell is wrong with you? Oh, it's all about family. You need to stay behind and wait for some family. You need to get that family. You need the family and community. What is the community giving you? You are a chronic intern. Oh, I'm doing it for the company. I'm doing it for the company. One-sided loyalty, sir. Don't be that dude. And they're constantly encouraging it. They're constantly encouraging that.
And now you are being heard. But I'll tell you this, you know, and this is something I'm having to learn for myself. People see my braids color has changed and I'm in braids a lot. Well, it's because
I love it, by the way.
I love it, by the way. Yes, she does look better in braids. And shout out to Chantelle Simone. Hey, I'm digging Chantelle Simone in the cornrows. I am. And I don't throw out hair compliments a lot. I am digging the cornrows on Chantelle Simone, and I'm digging the braids on Courtney Michelle.
Well, I'm growing out the blonde. So it's hard for Black women to tell you that they know how to love you when, damn it, they don't even love themselves.
What does that have to do with the amount of pussy on his penis? It's hard for a Black woman to say that they love you when they don't love themselves. It's hard for a Black woman to say that she loves you when she's not sucking your penis. How about that? See, all of this community, utopia, blah, 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 blah. Listen, that means nothing. All of that is just talk, trying to get dudes to wait around for something that will never come. Hold on, let me put this in there. Got somebody else in the matrix. So let's see, where is it? Oh, that's too far. All right, give me a second, Sean. Here we go. All right, somebody just sent a salute. Greatly appreciate you. And all right, and you are in there. All right, let's continue. Yeah, she's talking about her damn hair. Man, tell you that he's upset with the trajectory of his life, and you like, yes, well, look at my hair. Courtney, I'm worried that I might die alone and my dog will eat me after I die. I fear this. What do you have to say? Look at my hair. Isn't it pretty? You see, the collective of Black women aren't going to give your average ass some booty. But what we are going to give you is braids. You want some braids? How would you like to look at the braids of the women that you'll never sleep with? How would you like that? That's what I'm offering you. So stuff like this to a person like Chantelle, the mentality that fosters this type of thinking is going to cause frustration. By the way, you're green in the matrix, C Gully. Greatly appreciate you. It's bound to cause frustration. Okay.
So, TJ, you got something for you, and then Paul, I'm gonna drop you down, honey. I'm gonna get a couple more calls.
You can go ahead and go, but I will answer Paul's question, and I say that a lot of times Black women, young and old, they don't know how to love men like you, Paul, because they.
Then don't mess with them. And I'm not saying don't mess with the collective Black woman. Don't get me wrong. You know, shout out to Danika's husband. Shout out to well, I'm not gonna say, but shout out to the men who got the Black pygmies. But fellas, if you ain't effing pygmies, you ain't effing shit. Period. It doesn't matter. If a woman don't know how to love, it is not your duty to teach. You find one that do. If she do not know how to where does that happen at? Where does that happen at? Where they say that you don't know something, but you are still qualified to do it. That's like, you know, okay. So this guy who's an electrician, he don't really know how to change a light bulb, but I'm going to hire him as my electrician. If you come across a woman who don't know how to love, then don't love her. That is the qualifications. Somebody said, if you saw what's down here, her sound like you're from St. Louis. The Black women of Colombia are better. Listen, I've only been to Colombia. Listen, I've only been to Colombia on a connecting flight to Brazil. And I know what you say is true. I know that your words are true. They are hotter, like by a wide margin. And this is from the ones who are in the airport going to Carnival with me. You know, it is ridiculous. And that's the beginning of it. That is the beginning of it. Like, I can't even talk about the disposition. Like, I'm just sitting there like, hey, I'm hoping that she spoke English. I was like, so what's that brown pass? Because it's a connecting flight. I mentioned it. What's that brown passport? And she was like, yeah, I'm Colombian. I was like, oh, cool, you speak English. She was like, yeah, I'm going to Carnival. I was like, oh, for real, I'm going too. You know, I was like, I'm here with my father. And she was like, oh, y'all look just alike. And it was just like a smooth, clean transition all the way around. This dude right here will be happier. This dude, see, and here's the cold part. It's not even a matter of passport broing and going somewhere to live and to start a new life. It is about learning how you should be treated. I repeat, it is about learning how you should be treated. After enough interactions of sex or not, after enough interactions with respectful, pretty women, 8.5 pluses. After you get that, and because he's a normal guy, he probably don't get that. But after you get that a few times, the next time a woman call you a simp, a lame, a beta male, you will respond with the top of your high-pitched voice, bitch! Know who the fuck you talking to? I am a man that deserves respect. And I had to travel to realize that I deserve respect. They're not going to tell you that crap. Here. Not going to tell your regular ass that crap. Here. Sometimes you have to journey to find that crap out. You have to realize that. You ain't got to put up with a chick because she got a vagina. What kind of crap is that? Letting these chicks disrespect you. And don't get me wrong. Everybody gets shot down. I get shot down. And I don't go around cursing chicks out because I get shot down. But if you have the audacity to try to disrespect in the process, then I have to. Why? Because it is a compliment for me to hit on your ass in the first place. So by doing that, I have to take my compliment back. I have to take my compliment back. That goodness that I made you feel from hitting on you in the first place, I got to rescind that. I got to retract it. I'm giving a retraction to the compliment that I gave your ass to begin with. That is what must be done. All right. So it's no more green. I'm going to play this.
They've never seen it. And in as much as they said they wanted, many of us, myself included at one time, didn't believe I was worthy of it. So what happens is when you get something that is unfamiliar to you, you fuck it up because you think, well, surely it can't be this easy. Surely it can't be this great. Surely this guy can't. Let me go ahead and mess it up. Why? Because you haven't seen it. You haven't experienced it. So we sabotage ourselves. Is it right? No, but it happens. I did it because I had seen a lot of things. I did not have the examples that you had. So I was not familiar with it. And so if something is not familiar to you, you kind of push it away because you think, well, it can't be real. So let me go ahead and mess it up. So what I will submit to you, that's one of the things, shout out to Courtney Michelle, that she's talking about on her show, is that with the increase of numbers in young women, they can see that, okay, you say that you want this, but you have to believe you're worthy of it.
Agree.
So when it comes to you, you don't push it away and you don't screw it up. And then when you screw it up, spend the next 10 to 15 years trying to find what you screwed up years ago. So that is the difference.
Yeah.
And that is exactly how I had my heart broken, honestly. I tried to talk to my ex about it, because I'm like, look, I want to love you. Like, I'm here, you know what I'm saying? You don't believe me. You've been in communion with me. You've met my family. You've seen how I am, only for me to get ghosted. And
oh my God. I don't think that's because ghosting is something that happens prior to a relationship. I think that he's calling a woman that he dated his ex. And he's saying stuff like, I want to love you. Why? Why do you want, you see, they are not telling him that he deserves respect.
for you to just be like, I want to focus on me and do me, and I can't do me while I'm with you, it's utter BS. Even just now, just recently, I was dating a girl for a couple of months, and I'm thinking things are going slowly but surely. You know what I'm saying? I get ghosted for a week, and then she's telling me, "Oh, I'm not ready for a relationship." You know what I'm saying? Like, come on. And I told her from the jump, you know what I'm saying, because of her situation. I told her, don't get caught up in wanting to love me that you forget to love yourself. You know what I'm saying?
She forgot to love you. You see this? They know everything wrong with this dude, but they're not saying nothing because he is right where they want him to be. He is being set up. He's like a pig with an apple in his mouth, like, hey, what's about to happen next? And they firing up the campfire. This dude is a lobster. He is a lobster in a tank at Red Lobster. They're not gonna tell him what's about to happen. They know what's going on. This is ridiculous. He's still worried about your penis. This, oh God, he's so selfless.
Communion with me. You've met my family. You've seen how I am, only for me to get ghosted, and for you to just be like,
become a ghost. Become a ghost yourself. And I'm not talking about Casper, you friendly ghost person. I am not talking about Casper. I'm talking about the bad ghost. I'm talking about power. Be that dude.
I want to focus on me and do me, and I can't do me while I'm with you. You know, it's utter BS. You know, even just now, just recently, I was dating a girl for a couple of months, and I'm thinking things are going slowly but surely. You know what I'm saying? I get ghosted for a week, and then she's telling me, "Oh, I'm not ready for a relationship." You know what I'm saying? Like, come on. And I told her from the jump, you know what I'm saying, because of her situation. I told her, you know, don't get caught up in wanting to love me that you forget to love yourself.
She's not caught up in wanting to love you. That's why she ghosted you. That is good. And y'all see this? The bobble-headedness? The bobble-headedness? This is what I'm talking about. This is why you reap the ire of Chantelle Simone. This is why. The bobble-headedness. Don't get caught up with loving me that you love yourself. No. See, that is your way of saying. You see, that is the goddamn problem with dudes like this. You see, oh, damn it. I hit my phone with the thing. I'm so pissed at this. Listen, this is the problem with dudes like this. He do not believe, he do not think that he is more worthy of love than her. You're supposed to love yourself before you love me. What are you, Whitney Houston? You think Bobby Brown said that to Whitney Houston? Nope. No. The only thing you are to love more than me is the little versions of me that come out your vagina. That is it. That is it. There is no greater pleasure and purpose that you have than me.
You know what I'm saying? Because loving you is more important.
Hit me up on Instagram.
Loving you is more important. It's easy because you're beautiful. Shut. Okay, now he's gonna hit her on Instagram. And I'm going to see, I would love to see the relationship that transpires. Y'all better do it. If you, lady, if you don't get him, then he is going to get gone. If you don't get him, he is going to get gone. And you know that. And that's the only reason why. Okay, I'm gonna leave that alone. But if you don't get him, he is going to get gone. Because I tell you, once he has a Filipina Q-tip his ear. A Q-tip my ear, fellas. I didn't even ask for it. Had the Q-tips. And I got out the shower and she dried me off and put lotion on me. Didn't ask for it. And then, you know, she pulled it out. She's asked if she could Q-tip my ear. And I was like, yeah, and I love the shit. Once you get that, oh, you need to love yourself more. No. All right, let me read some super chats. All right, Snazzy says, salute, brother. Just showing a little support. Keep up the dope content. Appreciate you, brother. Let me put you in the matrix. So, all right, and there you go. Snazzy and Chantelle Simone says, check your messages. All right, so you are a text her, so I'll check there. All right, let's see. Okay. Yeah. Just message me a time and it's good. I have a little bit more to go. Actually, I have a lot more to go because I still haven't covered the other portion. But yeah, we do that. But yeah. So, oh, by the way, you're both in the matrix here in the green. The people in the red are the channel members. So you will be in permanently if you become a channel member. The larger the membership, the larger your letters will appear. But salute to Snazzy and Chantelle. Appreciate you. Appreciate you both. Now, I hope he's almost done. He's almost done, but this is getting annoying.
So I can grow you and so I can vet help you vet these women. So
yeah, put your Instagram in the chat so I can talk to you.
I'll send it to you via your IG, Paul. So I'll connect you guys. Don't worry about that. I got you, Paul.
All right, but go ahead. But yeah, that's my piece. Thank you for having me on, Courtney. We'll talk again later.
Absolutely. Thank you, Paul. I appreciate you so very much.
All right. Later. Good night, ladies.
Bye. I love Paul.
I love Paul. You love him for being controllable. If you loved him, you would care about his best interest. I love Paul. Suck his penis. Oh, it's not that type of love. Then that's the only love that counts to him. Suck it. I love Paul. So I love him. I love him. He's such a good friend. He's such a normal guy. I love Paul. Stop setting these dudes up. Love don't wet his willy. It don't. Look at the look on her face. I love him. Oh, God. And trust me, this is not a hit piece. Courtney, I have nothing against you. I know that you are doing what you feel is right. I do. I swear I do. However, the problem isn't that there aren't enough Pauls. The problem is that there are too many. There are too many guys like Paul out there for women to choose from, and there are not enough women choosing him. That is the problem. You see, you think that we need more men to stay behind and for community. And they will, but you got to give them suitable women. And unfortunately, like Chantelle was saying, there are a lot more eligible men like Paul than there are willing women who are willing, ready, willing, and able to be, decent wives and mothers. There just are. Too many poles, not enough holes. Period. Just the way it is. All right, so now that we got that Paul portion out the way, now let's go to what prompted this and why I could kind of sense Chantelle's frustration. Do I feel that do I feel that you over exaggerate? Yeah, you did kind of take it far. But I do understand that it's highly frustrating to have something that should be so clear, yet there's still so much confusion behind it. And once again, and I said it earlier for the people who's not here, first of all, hit that like button. I think that there's a blind spot in her ability to understand a man's point of view and to empathize with that point of view. I do. I think that there's an extraordinary blind spot in that. I might have it too. Who knows? Like the men I know who are able to understand women and see things from their point of view, I do know that they are exceptional at getting women. For example, I know a couple of guys who don't know each other, but I knew guys who are pimps, actual pimps. And they have that ability to a ridiculous degree. they're able to put themselves in a woman's shoes to a remarkable degree, one that I'm not going to say I'm completely blind to it, but I will say I do not have the 2020 vision that they have in that regard. So salute to you. Chantelle definitely has the ability to see it from a man's point of view, and to see it from Paul's point of view. Courtney is too blinded by the goal to actually be able to do that. Doesn't make her a bad person. It's just a natural conflict. All right. So now we're going to, first of all, it says, great reader's situation. Thank you very much. Let me put you in there. All right. I'm working on it so I don't have to keep typing it. All right. But there we go. All right. Lord Hamill, greatly appreciate you. Oh, Mr. Shane Vicious. All right. See, yeah, I really got to get it. I got to get on that API. All right. So let me. All right. Appreciate your generosity. Lord Hamill says, great reader situation. Thanks a lot. Mr. Shane Vicious says, B-dubs had their alpha fucks. Now they seem to make sure that beta bucks don't leave the community. The community. That's why they hate SYSBM, MGTOW, Password Pro. Yeah, exactly. The plan is, okay, what's going on here is kind of like a sexual / relationship collective bargaining. That's what the sisterhood is working on. They're working on collective bargaining. They refuse to compete with each other and give you the highest quality in the results of that competition. For example, say you have a factory, and this factory, you ask that each employee produces 10 units an hour. Now, naturally, some are going to produce, 12, some are going to produce 15, and some are going to produce 8. What's going on is that if a union were to come and say, you know something, I want to get paid more, but I want the minimum to be 6. Now, there's 2 things you could do with this. You can either heed their demands, and then you eventually go out of business. Shout out to Hostess. They actually went out of business because of the, stuff like that. Or you could say, you know something, I'll just have it made in China. Your demands are ridiculous. All right, let me just check for more before I go. Okay. All right, there we go. Cool. Appreciate you all. All right, so next up, we have the Zoom to Thailand live. And let me just check because I don't want to bump into Chantelle's stream.
Don't hear them. I don't date women. I can see what my brothers go through and what they've been through, but then I also see that their success of being married over decades with 3 Black women and Black children. So I see that side too. And so if they're saying that, then that's more of a reason for me to work harder here. So that 350, if that's what Barry is saying, will go down to 250.
But how much time is it going to take, Court? Though I mean, go ahead, Chantelle. You're going to say something.
Yeah, that's what I was about to say because I mean, and I support you 100% to work with the women who want to change, of course, not just beating the drum of our flaws, but acknowledge those who are willing to change and start this whole quote unquote pick me, but at the same time saying let's steal our black men back or save your community, black men, it's kind of disrespectful and selfish.
Now, as I say, I'm going to be balanced, even though I'm cool with Chantelle. Chantelle, you're taking this stab thing way too literally. And I know that you're aware that it's just the sound of it. Yeah, okay. At worst, it's poor marketing. At the absolute worst, I think it deserves a lot less of your attention. Than it's getting. Okay, hold on. Let me see. She just sent me a message. Now we're talking about this. Let me see. Okay, she's not going live. All right. I think it deserves a lot less of your attention. It's a bad listen, like Agents of Shield. Like Shield stands for something completely ridiculous, and you could tell that they were just trying to fit some words together to make it say Shield at the end of the day. And it seems like that's what was going on here. It's just bad marketing. I don't think that there's anything really wrong with that. Yeah, it sounds aggressive, but that's part of bad marketing, you know. So yeah, there's that. All right. So
Because then you're asking black men to put up a sacrifice while they wait on you to help save the 350 Vivica A. Foxes.
Okay. So, and I think we've had this going because there was messages that you were accusing me of doing something. And what I specifically stated to you, and I guess again, before we come, we got to listen to some of the stuff that we say before we make bold statements. The savior community black man, the stab was unjust a little bit in panels that I was doing with We Need to Talk. And he came up with that sentiment because he is a black man that wants to save his community. And his page is specifically for SYCBM. And I support him. So when I do that, I support.
of course you support him, but and Courtney, if you're listening, I'm sure you are. I'm sure you're listening. And if you like, you come up, you know. But okay, I'm not going to say, damn, how can I put this? Because you are a woman. What you're doing is very off-putting, but I'm trying to think, am I judging you as I would a man? Okay, nevertheless, what you're doing is very off-putting. And here's how. Chantelle is coming at you, and you're saying, what about him? And you said this in your last video, the one that you did yesterday. Basically, you're trying to deflect by what you're doing is akin to snitching. Now, I know rules don't really apply to women like that, but it is very off-putting. That's like the teacher catches you pass a note to somebody, and then, you know, they say, you, GameChanger, you got detention. And then you say, well, but I was passing it to him. How come you don't have a detention? That's really, for a guy to do something like that, that's really bad character. I don't know if women and girls just do stuff like that, but I don't know. I'm gonna leave that alone. But you like, wait a minute, he's doing it too. That's what you sound like.
Support him. The stab, a savior, save us, steal they ass back, was again unjust. That was created by a black man that said we need to focus on black women getting better, and let's steal their ass back. It was unjust, but what the truth is that we do need
steal Paul back. Steal Paul back. See, I want to know the acronym that y'all have to assure that Paul gets some ass. How about that acronym? How about give normal black men some booty? How about that? Why are you focused on the ones that are leaving when you could be fucking Paul right now? Literally. Literally. You could have his penis in your mouth right now. And you are, no, let's get the ones who have left to come back. No, incentivize the ones that are here. Paul is 33 and single, wondering if he will ever get you. Stop trying to get them back and keep the ones that you have. Now, on to you, Paul. Notice how she's not thinking about you until you leave. Every day you walking by, oh, he's lame, he's corny, he's beta, lame, corny, beta, simp, lame, corny, beta, simp, lame, corny, beta, simp. Oh, he leaving, come back. I want to stab you back. What are you talking about? What are you talking about? You want me to come back now? Why did you do that when I left?
To save our community. You might not want to, or how you want to save it might look different than me, but my passion is to do the work here to show Black women that are wanting Black men, they need a voice too. And I guess my confusion would be,
if they wanted Black men, then why did they ghost Paul? Yes, I told her to stop focus on loving me and love herself more, and she ghosted me. It doesn't sound like there's a bunch of Black women that are just like gathered around waiting for Mr. Right to come. Because he comes in the form of Paul, and Paul isn't coming in or on you. Why? Because you're not actually waiting around.
why would we have a platform speaking to Black women here if we're telling Black men just they're not good here? So what is our purpose? Why would I even talk to Black women if I'm saying that they're no good or there's no hope? Then my hope is that I need to stop talking to Black women and just tell men just to leave. They're no good. But if you're a good Black woman and I'm a good Black woman and we both make mistakes, and I guess that's what our platform is for, then you got to believe that there's another sister like us.
Yeah, but the issue I have with the movements that you support and why I said it was hypocritical and selfish is because you're telling you or Alan, whoever,
Hmm.
telling Black men to save the community, not telling Black women to do better. You need to present a community that's worth saving. It's almost
Exactly. What community? And Paul, I know you're listening. I'm going to use you as an example because that interaction, and this isn't me making fun of you, or anything like that. This isn't that. Trust me. Believe it or not, I am really on your side more than anything. So know that for certain. Now, that being said, what community have they built for you? Because the community that she's talking about, and she's actually going to hint at this later, is not for you. It is not for you. It is for her and her children. There is nothing beneficial. Okay, I'll put it like this, Paul. How has the community benefited you? That's something you have to ask yourself.
as if you're expecting Black men to beg Black women to be saved. And maybe you don't see it like that. I'm just from the outside looking in, and your movement steal them back. it's kind of disrespectful, as if black men are our properties, you know. We
Yeah.
treated them poorly for so long, and then they decided to get their passport and go places where they're loved and appreciated, and we're going to start movements to steal them back without fixing the community for them to come back to. I'm hoping you see the perspective of how selfish, hypocritical, and disrespectful really that is.
Let me ask you a question. Have you listened to when we said that or when we came in? Did you listen to the stream?
I watched the full stream when you were on Cheshire Days.
Okay.
Not sorry, not you. When Alan was on Cheshire Days show, and you guys were going back and forth about who started the whole savior community, black men. You guys weren't sure who started it, and then I saw bits and pieces of the most recent stream you did when Kosher Clinician reviewed Cheshire Days
Okay.
stream.
So you did not see the stream where it came up with and what Alan spoke about what it means to save the community.
Did he say that on Cheshire Days stream?
No.
Then no, I
Okay.
just said the two streams that I saw, I heard it from.
Right. So again, I think we can't be disingenuous when we try to say that something is just completely selfish. I think what I want to do is not selfish. I think it's community based. It's me taking my feelings out of it. It's me being empathetic to our issues and me.
Where's the empathy for pause issues? All right, somebody's saying turn it up. Hey, turn up your own damn computer. All right, there we go.
Trying to figure a way out to work it out here. I think that if you were, and I think I invited you to one of the streams for Black women content creators, to try to work together as women to try to figure some stuff out that's here in the States. And I know I invited you and you told me no, which
The
is
stream
fine.
that was the stream you invited me on was the one talking if black women belong in the manosphere, and I said I don't
Yeah, it was
participate.
all,
Yeah, I don't
yeah,
participate in manosphere conversations. Moving forward, we have to find solutions, not seeing if
okay.
women belong in the manosphere. That's look, no disrespect,
That was,
but I find
let
that
me,
trivial.
let me finish, please. That conversation that I had with women and Shay Sade was here was,
Okay, compliment time. Compliment time. I like Courtney Michelle's accent as it is right now. And y'all know how I feel about Southern accents. But that's like that's the heavy stuff. Like that's those chicks, and y'all know who I'm talking about. Those chicks that's big with wigs, and they say, girl, child, all damn day. And they just sound like they don't even talk regular. They just have like a bunch of moans back and forth. That is what they sound like all damn day. It's not even an accent. It's just different variations of the word. Like I can't stand it. Those fat chitlin stirring bitches. I cannot stand that type of accent. I can't. Wherever you Mississippi, I cannot stand you at all. That is annoying. Talk regular. Courtney, at least watch TV and talk like that. She's at least trying to get over her chitlins. She is, and I appreciate the betterness of it. So salute to her for doing and being that. Because you can still tell she's Southern. But she's working on getting better at not sounding like trash. Child.
kind of what is our role here? What are we teaching women here? And what are we speaking about? And is it landing? Is this the work that we need to be doing? Are women listening? And that I think is important. And that was a trickle effect of us really trying to get a resolution and a resolve. And the resolve
A resolution and resolve. I think that was just creative license. That was kind of funny. I want a resolution and I want it resolved. Like, it's funny when you think about it. If she's being deliberate, if she's not being deliberate, it's kind of just bad. But like, I think she was being deliberate, just like Stab.
For me, and as a woman content creator, and if I say that I love Black people, is to talk to other Black people with other platforms. We might not agree on how to get there, but we know we do have one common goal. And my common goal is always for us to be better here. And again, I am a product of the manosphere, of a woman that has learned a lot. And I'm thankful for Kevin Samuels. I'm thankful for Shahrazad Ali. And I'm thankful for my platform now elevating more women.
Hey, and salute to her. I haven't seen it yet, but salute to Courtney for getting the Shahrazad Ali interview. That is a big fish. That is definitely something you should be proud of. So salute to you for that. You know, and check it out. I don't have anything against Courtney, because here's the thing. I don't have anything against her because she's willing to learn. I think that she has a blind spot, and that blind spot is an inability to empathize with Paul and those of his types. That is pretty much it. Everything else stems from that.
And the comments that I got and the conversation that I got with Sister Shahrazad Ali with a lot of Black women, and was like, man, she's speaking to me. How come I ain't heard about this before? That is sparks. And we might not get it now or in 10 years, but again, me not being selfish, know that my work is bigger than me. And if I can help these younger women to get it right, then that's what I'm here for. It might be too late for me in my generation, and the men are done with us, so they say. But my work is for the younger women that will supersede me, and that can carry it along. Because if there was no Shahrazad Ali, there would be no Kevin Samuels, and it damn sure would not be a Courtney.
Yes, it would. That's an overstep. Yes, it would. And I actually, right here, she does get something. Yeah, she didn't answer Chantelle's question, and that goes into Chantelle's frustration with her. Nevertheless, I actually understand her, and yeah, I feel her here when she says she realizes that it's done for her, and she don't want the next generation of men and women to fall for that. I agree with that wholeheartedly. However, there are men who don't want it to be over. It's over for you. It's not necessarily over for Paul. At least he don't want it to be. So what would you recommend for him is the question. And that's where the disconnect lies.
Michelle. And if she gave up 30 years ago when they were saying that and they were done, if she gave up, then there wouldn't be a you.
I'm in my personal opinion, the difference between you and Sister Shahrazad Ali, she was holding Black women accountable to fix a community before Black men can come and save it or we can steal it. I question for you. Your movement is steal their asses back.
Well, it's not. Hold on. Before you, let's correct. I don't have a movement. I don't have.
All right, this is semantics.
This is what I'm toting. It was unjust, so we can push that aside. My goal and my purpose is for nuclear families in Black America here.
Okay. She kind of went to semantics, went to semantics, and didn't really address what Chantelle was saying, and that is that Shahrazad Ali recognizes that the problem is with the women. The blind spot that I was referring to was you not seeing that. And I'm going to use Paul as an example again, because Paul is like, he's making it clear that the problem isn't him. The problem isn't this average, regular, normal, quote unquote, quoting you, normal black man. That's not the problem. The problem is the fact that he gets ghosted. See, here's the thing. Courtney. You want nuclear families. You just said the buzzword nuclear families. Paul walks around with his dick in his pants and his heart on his sleeves. He walks around, dick in pants, heart on sleeves. And he says, hey, queen, sister, this, and this. I want to start a family, a nuclear family with you. And they say no. Each and every single black woman that rejects Paul is rejecting a particular nuclear family. Oh, excuse me, a potential nuclear family. So the problem isn't on the Paul side of the equation. The problem is in those who reject Paul. And what Chantelle is saying is that it's not up to Paul to save a community, because guess what? He's not a part of it. He's not a part of a community. A community is a family of families, essentially. A family is a collection of people, of tightly knit people. A community is a collection of tightly knit families. He, like myself, is not really a part of that. Therefore, he has no obligation to it.
It's for black men to see black women doing the work. It's for black women to see black men in their rightful role as leaders.
I want to ask my question before I forget, because that's not the direction I wanted to go in.
Okay, well, I just wanted to step that aside and let's focus on what my goal is. Okay, so what is the question that you have for my goal?
Yeah, the steal them back, right? Fight for them. Bring them back. And on Cheshire Day show, you said not only the passport bros, but men.
Okay, and the word back, steal their asses back. The word back, Paul was never with you to begin with. You're not stealing him back. He was already, he wasn't a part of you. That's like, oh, I'm trying to get my ex-boyfriend back. But this is not your ex-boyfriend. You're writing the story as if, you were about to like there's a bunch of paws out there that was about to bend the knee, and open the ring for a black woman, a pick-me black woman, and then a big booty white girl just come and bumped you out the way with her booty and took the ring. And then, she just dragged Paul and the other average guys kicking and screaming. And you're like, I gotta steal him back. That is not what happened. That is not what happened.
Who are also dating out of their races. What exactly are we going to steal them back to if the current state of the black community is still not fixed? Meaning the court system is still against black men. The feminist movement, the government assistant, everything is still against black men. Wouldn't it make more logical sense to fix those things first, or at least attempt to fix those things, and then we can show black men, hey, we're trying to fix something, so when we quote unquote steal you back, you'll have something to be back in. You'll at least respect you. But instead, as someone left a comment on Cheshire Day, Kevin Samuels tried, and they did everything but damn near stoned him. They celebrated his death. Is that a community that you think someone who has brothers, right? Is that a community that you would want your brothers to sacrifice his happiness for, to stay back and hold on to the hope that you, Courtney Michelle, is going to inspire enough women to start seeing changes?
Okay, so I'll answer the first one. And again, the still your essence just. So again, my purpose is what I stated
Answer
prior
it.
to. If you listen to the Chez Charday, we
Answer
actually
it.
talked about patriarchy. And I have talking to a lot of, again, with content creators as in Mr. Palmer.
Answer it.
As far as child support, I specifically said that the child support law should be changed. I specifically stated in a lot of things that I have done is the 50-50. There should be no child support, especially if it's 50-50.
Answer it.
I also stated about no fault divorce. So there are things that need to be changed. I'm grateful that my work is not just on YouTube, but actually in my community. And I have a community-based.
All right. You see, what Chantelle is getting at in a nutshell is be a better bitch. Now, Chantelle is to blah 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 blah. You know, to do that. You know, to say that she's to I sip my tea with my pinky out type. You know, to say that. But no, that's what she's getting at. She's saying be a better bitch. If you be a better bitch, they will come for the community. Like the community. See, here's the problem. Here's the problem that people have with Courtney Michelle's message. And that is a woman's seduction technique should never be loyalty to a greater purpose. The topic of leaving should have never came up in the first place. It shouldn't. A man shouldn't want to stay because he feels obligated to be with you for community. No, a man should want to stay for pussy and food. That's the thing. You need to focus on getting men to want to stay, not feeling like they have to stay for a greater purpose. Better pussy, better food. What the hell? And then you do that and it will come. Or it will stay. I mean, it will come too. Yeah. But they will stay.
Here of men and men lawyers that are also having setting up things for men that can't afford lawyers in these processes to help. So again, the work that I am doing is.
All right. Let me read the chat room, read some of these super chats, because somebody say that's what Courtney said. No, that is not. That is not. Because she should have told Paul that. She should have said to Paul, like, you know, oh no, don't go. You know, I am going to make sure that we have better pussy and food for you, average guy. But she didn't. She didn't. Here. All right. Ashell, thanks a lot. It says, the movement is ran by the wrong person. It should be prettier, younger, childless women, not her. Yeah. Okay. So there are a lot of pretty younger women who believe the same. Prettier, younger. I'm not saying that she's not pretty. I'm just saying there are prettier, younger women who believe the same. Absolutely. And I'm not siding with Chantelle because she's younger or anything like that. It's well, actually, and I do feel that older women do have their place, but their place is to convince the younger ones of this path. So, yeah, I mean, if they're doing that, you won't see any pushback from me, but it all begins with being a better bitch. And the reason why she's like, oh, it's the laws. It's, basically we want to make divorce easier for the men that we divorce, is essentially what she was saying. Like, no, it should not even come to that. It shouldn't even be that. That should never be the case. All right. So somebody says something about Muhammad Ali. Don't time him out, but remove that comment. Remove that comment, bro. We don't speak ill of Muhammad Ali here. He is the greatest. That's just it. All right.
It surpasses YouTube. So yes, there should be changes, and I'm actively in my community trying to make those changes. I think the second one, and I don't want to forget, what was the second question? I'm sorry, that you had for me?
That to present those changes.
Oh, my brother.
Yeah, to present those changes to Black men, so they will see that there's something worth coming back to. Because shout out to you, you say you're doing things behind the scenes.
Yes.
That's very impressive, and great job with that. But as I said, like, you have brothers. Are this in this current society, is this something you will tell them, hey, stay back and wait, me, Courtney?
I co-signed her, and Kevin Samuels co-signed me. So there you have it. Ass butt.
Michelle, one person, even though you're doing the job, good job.
I didn't time you out. That was the Muhammad Ali person, and I say don't time him out. Just remove that comment.
But one person is trying while all the other Black women are calling you a pick me, celebrating when Kevin Samuels died. Is this a society that's really worth them staying back, or why wouldn't you encourage them to go find happiness and love elsewhere?
I think that marriage is a business. I think relationships should not be focused on feelings. I think that's a woman thing that we focus.
Ain't that a bitch? Ain't that a bitch? A relationship is a business? Now, you see, first of all, that did not answer the question whatsoever. And this is her frustration. She's like, why is she making so many videos? Because it's the only way you're listening, and you're still not listening. Like, you still haven't answered the question. But that's like a canned conversation against your point. Against your point. Because guess what? If relationship was a business, then y'all would be bankrupt. Y'all would be bankrupt. How are you going to say relationship is a business, but then say, save your community, save your community? What business is that? What kind of business is saving your community because it feels right? What kind of business is that? All the business that's about saving communities are nonprofits and stuff like that. Like, I don't do it anymore. But I used to mentor kids. That wasn't a business. That's not a business. Relationship is a business. If it's a business, is about low cost, high value. You get the best deal. You get the best bang for your buck. And if that best bang is in Bangkok, then that's where you get it. Business is about cost and benefit. You get as much benefit from the counterpart at the minimal cost. So if it's a business, then you just completely torpedoed. You sank my battleship. Who, me? You sank your battleship. You sank your own battleship.
focus our relationships on feelings. I think with marriage is more than that. It's a political statement. I think marriage is for family, specifically for children. I think marriage is important for generational wealth. And I think that we need to focus that on what marriage is and what relationships are instead of leaving for how you feel. So
No, Courtney, I don't think you're understanding my question.
okay. So I
Or
think
or
that,
are you intentionally not answering me? I can, maybe I wasn't clear. I'm so sorry. I'll
no,
try
it's okay.
asking the question again.
I
I'm
don't.
saying a
Okay.
society that's ran by feminists, a society where everything is against Black men. And even though you, Courtney Michelle, is doing the work, majority of Black women aren't. Doesn't it make more logical sense that majority of Black men go elsewhere where they'll feel loved and respected than stay in a society hoping that one Courtney Michelle will influence the masses?
So I was answering that question, but I was giving context to it. So the context is how we go into marriages. Now, you also mentioned my brothers who are married, and the reason why they've having a successful marriage is because they went in it as a business. And
that didn't make no damn sense. This is the frustration. She asked a question saying that though there, with recognizing that there's a scarcity of qualified women like yourself, she gave you that compliment, and herself, doesn't it make sense that men find other options knowing that there is a dearth? And your answer is, my brothers recognize that marriage is a business. So this is why, Courtney, why she came a little harder than I would like or would recommend, but you got to understand that that's frustrating. I mean, you got to, you got to. You like it's kind of like saying, okay, so 7 times 7 is 49, right? Right. Okay, so 7 times 8 is orange. And then you just slap your forehead like, oh crap. Oh crap. We got to do this all day. We got to do this all day. Like, I got to go through 10 times 10. I'm only at 7 times 8 and I got to do this all. That is the frustration that is going on here. She asked a question and the answer didn't relate, Like, okay, what's 7 times 9? Penguin. It's like, oh crap. That's the frustration. That's why you're getting this response.
so would I encourage them to fall back? I mean, I don't have to encourage them to do anything. They're here in the States and they are married successfully to Black women. I wish Black men that are having successful marriages would speak up a little bit more as well too. So again, I don't encourage anyone to do anything that they don't want to do. I specifically have always said that my work is here and my tribe is for the men that want Black women here, is that we have to start getting ourselves together. And that's what I'm always going to believe and stand on. So I don't encourage anyone to do anything, and I'm not, threatening men or shaming them or putting any guilt. But my work is here. It's going to be here.
Maybe you get distracted because I said your brothers. I'll try asking the question another way, right? Logically, if a man is looking for a wife and there are 10 wives or there are 100 wives in Colombia to 10 wives in America, logically, where would you encourage him to go to find a wife?
That is
I encourage men to do what they want and feel best for them.
All right. Okay. Thank you. Thank you.
You're welcome.
That was kind of bad. That's like an answer that's not an answer. Like your kids come to you and say, hey, Dad, Mom, do you think I should go to HBCU or the Ivy League? I think that you should do what you think is best for you.
Welcome.
All right, so you know what I just got from this, because man, I'm the comedian guy, man. That was a nice little back and forth little tennis match y'all had, man.
Holy crap! Holy crap! Hey, that dude, zoom to Thailand. Hold up, he looked just like what's his name? Hold on, I know who I'm talking about, but I gotta figure out his name. What is that dude name? He was on Waiting to Exhale. He the one that married Loretta Devine, fat ass, and Waiting to Exhale. What's that dude's name? Well, that's his name Gregory Hines. Hold on, let me see. I got the IMDb for Waiting to Exhale right here. Yeah, Gregory Hines. That dude looked just like Gregory Hines. Look at this. Oh, he did? Yeah, R.I.P., brother. Dang, 57. He was a young dude, like Kevin Samuels. Dang. R.I.P., brother. Dang. All right. Yeah, he looked just like that dude. Hell, until y'all told me he was dead, I thought it was him. But yeah. Where's more pictures of him? Well, I'm not gonna dig into it, but yeah, here's a picture. He looked just like that dude. And y'all know who I was talking about too, because y'all named him.
I was very impressed when you can get Coach Andre to not talk and jump in and say nothing, and me to not say nothing. That was a great situation. So we all really love that, man. The beautiful thing about this is that we all get to come together from various standpoints. Chantelle, Simone, man, I really appreciate you coming on, because
thank you for having me.
Absolutely. And Courtney was the one that said, bring her on. I want to talk to her.
Yeah, because I saw a lot, and I was like, we can have the conversation. And again, and I want to be very clear, that, and I've said this multiple times, and even in Chez show, that Chantelle, you said that you watch, and I made it very clear, I can't make nobody do anything, and I'm not here to make anyone do anything. And I've never said you bet not ever leave. I'm close to Richie Mack. I adore Richie Mack, and he's gone. But we have the best of times, because the idea is still community based, but he's a good man, and we have fun together, and he does something completely different than what I'm doing.
Courtney, can I ask you a question? Would you say you have Black women's best interests at heart, Black men's best interests, or the Black community's best interests at heart?
Mm-hmm. I'm community based, so I'm going to do what's best for the community.
All right. Would you say you have Black men's or Black?
Now, Paul is what's best for the community. Doing Paul is doing what's best for the community. I repeat, you doing Paul is what's best for the community. However, he probably don't have enough LMS for you. So you're not going to do that, nor are you recommending others do it. See, with a lot of these community-minded women, if you ask them what they sacrifice, and I asked Courtney Michelle this, what would you sacrifice for the community? They never have an answer. For example, a sacrifice one would make for a community that men far too often, Black men far too often make for the community, is getting with a woman who's a few extra pounds. Are the women willing to sacrifice that? Are they willing to get with a man who's a few extra pounds? Are they willing to get with a man who makes 40 to 60K? Are they willing to get with a man that's not the best dancer? How come the men are making sacrifices like they're getting with women that are big with wigs, but women are standing around waiting for a guy who's 6 foot, 6 figure, 6 pack? Like, are you at least willing to sacrifice one of the sixes? I mean, Jesus.
Black woman's best interest at heart.
So if I'm community based, we can't have a community without Black women and without Black men. So with Black men and women getting together and focusing on us, that's how we build the community. So what I do is I listen to Black men and I hear what their issues are. And as a woman that understands it, I make a platform for women that are wanting to learn more and wanting to be that woman for Black men, that we can all get together and learn more and be healthy and start listening. So, and when I do that, when Black men are saying, look, I want to stay here, but Black women are acting this way, and I have a platform that say, darn, y'all ain't seeing how we acting and the twerking and all the crazy nails. Black women, we need to become the standard again. And that's what my platform is for. So if Black men are saying this, I'm also seeing it, and I'm creating that platform for that and trying to do the work. Once that happens, I do believe that that's a better community, and that's a better Black community.
Agreed.
Let me give you my perspective, because I do 100% believe that your intentions are pure. I think that if, as a woman, as a Black woman, I was just a woman in general, I was created to support my man. I was created to support the men in my community.
You were.
So therefore, I would have to have the men's best interests at heart, because without the men, there's no community, because there's no one to protect us, me nor the children. So if the men of my community is saying that they're done, they're dying, you know, there's nothing here, the women are disrespectful, they have to go overseas, and I have the men and the community's best interest at heart, then why would I not support the passport bros? Maybe that perspective will help you to understand why I am so against everything that you said on Chesharday's platform and everything that the stab and savior community Black men stands for, because without Black men's peace of mind, they can't protect us, so there's no community. So as a woman, we were created to be our men's helpmate. So I support passport bros 100%. That way they can be at peace and in return protect me, my children, and the community.
So let me piggyback, because that's exactly what I said. And what I stated was that Black men in America are saying this about Black women. And because I am empathetic and because I see it, I go then and make a page and I see it and I'm like, we need to do better. The thing is that you're doing that for passport bros, and kudos to you. Not every Black man is saying that. Not every Black man is saying they want to go overseas. There's Black men that are wanting women here. So I am speaking for that Black man. That Black man.
Well, okay. I definitely understand where you're coming from when you say you're speaking for that Black man. You just spoke to that Black man in the form of Paul, and you really didn't have much for him. You see, he has a problem that many Black American men have, and that is it's far too many relationship-minded men and far too few relationship-minded women. There are far too many pick-me's amongst Black women. And I know this because there are far too few pick-me's amongst Black women. And I know this because of the number of fat women in the Black community. You can't be both fat and a pick-me. You can't. Because you know fat women don't want to get picked, and there you go. So there is a definite dearth of pick-me's in the Black community. And Chantelle is just trying to get you to address that and to understand that that going to a place, because there's also a deficit, believe it or not, in a lot of places in the world, of course not America, there is a shortage of men who are capable and willing to support a family. There just are. So there's a dearth there. It's kind of like if your neighbor has 2 jars of jelly and no jars of peanut butter, and you have 2 jars of peanut butter and no jars of jelly. Like, it does make sense. It makes all the sense in the world that y'all come together and make sandwiches and go across the street and get some bread. It makes all the sense in the world. And that's what she's saying. That's it.
Has a voice. That Black man deserves an amazing wife, and Black women deserve to have an amazing husband as well. So,
all right, no, you don't. And I'm not talking about just the women. I'm talking about anybody. You don't deserve the things that you don't necessarily work for. However, if you work for those things and you still don't get it, then you do what you have to do to assure that you get it. All right, so let's see. Let's read some super chats. About to close down soon because I'm about to go over to Chantelle's. So let's see. The Beautiful Lie. It says it's a dime a dozen. Beautiful Lie says it's a dime a dozen. Courtney's burner account. She's getting cooked in the chat worse than what Chantelle gave her on the live. Okay, so yeah. Wasn't really paying attention to the chat. I did see Friedman's journal there. Salute to him. Let's see. Most Black women have a general disdain and disrespect for Black men. I wouldn't say a lot. Far too many. Far too many have it for those who are not exceptional. But then they only respect the things that make him exceptional, not the man himself. So yeah, there's that. This is cultural, and it's drilled into them at as young girls. Absolutely. Color purple is something that they just put into the young ones. Nothing she does can change that. True. All right, let me put you in. All right. And there we go.
every
Hit the like button.
Are not passport bros. Every Black man does not want to go overseas. There are Black men that want to be here with mom and cousin and them and their family here and want to build and raise here and have careers here. That's what I'm doing it for. So you can do that and support passport bros. No one is shaming or telling you not to, but there are men here that don't want to, and they deserve a voice. And that's what I'm here for. So it's not a debate. We just have two different outlooks on what we want to do and what our passion.
I hate we were ever slaves. I was never a slave. Neither was you. I was never a slave. Get over that. Get over it. Damn it. Get the fuck over it. I hate I was ever a slave. I hate I was ever an ape. Get over it. Hate that I was ever like Australopithecus. Get over it. I hate that we used to be hunter-gatherers. Get over it. I hate that we used to drink from rivers that the animals bathed. Get over it. Dang. Evolve. You're still stuck in that mindset. You think more. You just think past that. The past was the past. You know. You think you think China men and women are looking at the wall like, oh damn, I hate that happened. Get over it. Move on. If you believe in evolution, and if you don't, then hate that you were ever descended from Eve. Lying bitch. All right.
intentions are, and that's perfectly fine. I'm here for the men that are here that don't want to go.
Quick question. Let me just excuse me, Chantelle, real quick. Curtis from $5 Super Chat says, where and how would Gail and or Courtney recommend another find a sister with your mentality? That's the question I asked earlier.
Good
Courtney,
question.
Because like I said, you're very optimistic, but where do you find this person? Because we don't see him like what you're saying. So do you have any kind of suggestion about something like that?
Well, that's the purpose of my page, for them to get shown. That is exactly why.
Okay.
That is exactly why.
So how many subscribers do you have, Courtney? Like how many women over there to show men that this is where they are?
As far as my analytics, you want to know my numbers?
No, because I get that 100%. Yeah, they're on your show. They're on my show too. I had a 25-year-old called up yesterday who's ready to be a wife. I'm so proud of her. But Courtney, me and you know that there's 4 of us. The 25-year-old called up, Gail, you, and myself. There are 1,000 men who are looking for wives. Logically, we can say, yeah, they're here, but they really aren't. There isn't enough pick-me's, quote unquote, around for these men.
This is true.
Well, I hate the word pick me. I'm just a
God damn it!
I'm just a regular woman.
There aren't.
Y'all hear? Y'all see that? Y'all see how frustrating that is? What you got from that? So okay. So here's also the blind spot, and this is the great black lie that has been told. The beautiful lie. Shout out to the people in the Matrix. The beautiful lie. This is the great black lie that has been told to so many of us. And that is that, a good man is so hard to find. It's so hard to find. This is the lie. This is their best kept secret. This is their most guarded secret, that there are plenty of men and there are not enough qualified pick-me's. And she is continuing to guard this secret. So she deflects. Well, I don't like the word pick-me. That's not the point. The point is like, where do you find a pick-me? Where do pick-me's congregate? Why? Because there aren't enough to congregate. Chantelle mentioned 4 out of a country of 300 million people. They're not enough. Let there be a pick-me convention somewhere. The Pennsylvania Pick-me Convention. Let that happen. And see how many brothers show up. How many passport brothers show up. They do not have pick-me conventions here. You want to know where they have pick-me conventions? Colombia. It's just that they don't call it a pick-me convention. They just call it the beach. They just call it the everywhere.
Aren't enough wife-like women for men. Sorry, you got distracted with a pick-me.
I'm not distracted at all. And again, my platform are for those women that need to be seen. And that's it. And if it's 3 of us, then it's just 3 of us. And I'm praying to God that it becomes 10. But it won't ever become anything if there's not a woman here in the States willing to step up and say, Black women, we need to be seen. What we were in the 60s and partial of the 70s, we need to bring that back. What our parents were or our grandparents were, we need to bring that back. It has to be a woman that wants us not only better, but to be seen, and for those women to have a voice. So again, I'm for the voiceless of the men that don't want to go, and for the women that need to be seen for those men. And again, if it's 3, then it's just 3. My goal is not to be the biggest and the best of how many subscribers you got or how many women are listening to you. If it's just 3, then it's just 3. But it's this, I'm looking for substance.
In the meantime, before you find substance, what do you recommend men to do? Because I'm with you. Multiply the 3. I'm with you on that. But in the meantime, while we multiply the 3, what should men do? Men who want wives today.
I think I answered that already. I mean,
did
it's
not.
the same thing. What men should do is what's in their best interest for them. So if men find it that it's in their best interest to go overseas, then they should.
There we go. Okay.
I don't,
There
like
we
I
go.
said, I don't know what the pushback is because I never said that they shouldn't. But there are Black men that don't want to go. So what should they do? The Black men that want a Black woman here that don't want to go overseas.
That's what I asked you. The Black men who don't want to go overseas, what should they do while you multiply the 3?
Well, I don't think that right now that I'm digging in something that is just
she's really
zero.
asking like what advice
I just went
do you
to a
have?
wedding last week of 2 Black people that are in love that found each other. I went to a wedding last week.
Well, you went to your own wedding.
It is happening.
Okay.
I just posted something on my page of recent marriages within the past month of Black folks. So it's still happening. To think that it's non-existent.
Okay. So I'm gonna stop right there. So I and everybody else can go over to Chantelle's. But we get the point. We get the point. We get where she's going with this, and yeah, that's that. So basically, she's denying the deficit of qualified pygmies. And she's really unempathetic to how this deficit is affecting the men. And because it's a blind spot, it comes off as very evasive to Chantelle's questions. And that's why Chantelle's having the frustration that she's having. So, yeah, that's that. All right. So, with that, let me check for Cash Apps before I get out of here. There's a couple of people who sent it, and I have to recognize it. I got to put them in the matrix on a later stream because this was from that day my phone was charging. Let's see. I'm going to get better at that. So this isn't from today. So Citizen Lou, appreciate you. It says, this is for the ribs and the baked beans for the cookout. Appreciate you, brother. And Freeman's Journal, appreciate you. No message, but appreciate you nonetheless. I'll put you on the matrix next time. And with that, I want to thank the Cash Apps and Super Chats, managers and moderators, those who are listening silently, and those who participate in the chat. Check out Chantelle, Simone on the way there. And this is GameChanger 00100. Game over. Peace.